Couldn't agree more, man. Like, that's the thing, man, with the Leafs, is they're so close, man. Like, only the Leaf haters, in regards to people who are not fans of the Leafs and hate Leafs, and like Leafs fans who, like, toxic Leafs fans that hate on the Leafs, such as myself, has been for a long time, because it turns you into that, man. It's like the way certain jobs turns you into certain things, right? You just become it. It happens. You know what I'm talking about. Um, it's, but like, if you're able to actually look at it objectively and not be a full-on hater, like, it's a fact, man. Nobody gave Florida any trouble this year. They spanked Tampa, they spanked Carolina, and they did spank Edmonton too. Like, it wasn't as close as last year. Like, last year, they were up 3-0 in the series, and then ultimately won the series, despite it making it, right? That series was still closer than the one this year, right? Like, that's crazy, man. With Edmonton, they spanked them, man. It was way closer last year. It really was. It was more than one game. That game 7-2 was closer. You know? There was a magical one last year, the way they came back like that. This playoff, man, overall, this playoff sucked, man. The final sucked. The first round sucked. The third round sucked. The Eastern, to alter the Eastern Conference, the second round was fucking awesome. That Florida versus Toronto series, man, that was the best that anybody played against Florida. It's not even close, man. It's not even close. Not even. Edmonton, it looks close, right? They had two. Not. They're nowhere near the trouble that Toronto give them. They took 3 on them, and they were up in game 3. They were up, like, was it halfway through the second? Something like that? Like, oh my God, man. That's wild. How much they put on them. They really did. And they took them to 7 games, and like, but they just shit the bed, though. They shit the bed in that 7th game, and it was so bad. Oh my God, that was so bad. To do it at game 5 and game 7, to do it a game like that back to back, like almost carbon copies of each other when they're at home, and to play so good away, like, it's got this, that is not nothing, man. That's not nothing. It got to be fucking hard on those guys to play there. It just, for whatever it is, whether they want it so bad or they feel so pressured, I don't know what it is, but it makes sense. Like, and it's like, yeah, and then Marner wants to leave, right? He can't play the hockey. Marner's a loose, free guy. He's a loose, free guy. And he's shifty and he's creative. He's a fucking magician out there, man. He is. Marner is a magician. If you aren't a Leafs fan and you don't know who Mitch Marner is, like, you don't know, like, how special, man. He's a fucking magician in the regular season. It's savage how good he is. It's unbelievable. And he's so good that when the best goal scorer, he's a playmaker, magician, sets it all up. He gives it to the goal scorer. He got the best goal scorer on his line. He's so good that when the best goal scorer leaves, he somehow gets better. That's how good he is. He's better. You can make right there's the argument that he's better than Matthews. And here's the thing about Matthews, and I'll say it, man. And like, I want to love him. He's obviously awesome, right? But in a perfect world, if I had to pick between Mitch Marner and Austin Matthews, you got to trade one. Like, in a perfect scenario, I'm trading Austin Matthews, man. I'm keeping Marner 100%. And there's people that are like, fuck you. Listen, I watch so many of the games. I'm sure you do too. Like, I watch them. And like, when Matthews is out, Marner, doesn't keep it going. He's better. He's better. And the team is better. They play better. Last playoffs against Boston, they looked like shit. After 4 games, they have one good game. They're down 3-1. Matthews goes out. And if you don't, it's so easy to forget how you felt. But when they were down 3-1, it was like, this is embarrassing. It was so fucking, it was embarrassing how bad they were playing for where they're at in their careers and how bad they were playing against the person they were playing against. They never should have lost it. Right? Never mind be down like that. And then Matthews leaves in Game 5 and Game 6. And if you do got a good memory, you remember how good they played. The way they played in Game 5 and Game 6 was playoff hockey, man. And they fucking took it to him, and they were wicked. And then in Game 7, Matthews comes back, and they looked all right, kind of. Not really, though. They didn't look good. Nothing about them were like, they're going to win the cup. They're going to win this game. They're going to pop one soon. You never felt it. You're like, Jesus, boys, is it ever going to happen? And it didn't. And Boston hung around. And then Pasternak goes in on a breakaway. Seals the deal. Series over. And I can tell you what, if Matthews didn't come back for Game 7, they would have took it to him. And it would have been huge talk. How bad they play with Matthews and how they won a series without him. But he comes back, he's supposed to be better, and they lose, and now the team gets all the blame. And somehow Marner gets blame and hate. He somehow takes more blame and hate than Matthews in that, which is fucking insane. He shows up every game. He's rarely injured. Look at the games played. Matthews is always hurt. Mitch Marner is a fucking little warrior, man. He's a little warrior without Matthews. He's so much better. And he just needs the right pieces around him. And Matthews ain't it. Tavares, he makes more sense to be with Tavares if you're going to put him with a top center on the team. I do. I think it makes more sense. And but then we were like, well, you can't have Willie and Matthews on the same line. Well, why can't you? If they're so fucking good, right? Put them on there together to figure it out. They will figure it out. Austin Matthews is a center. He will get the puck to his wingers. He'll get it, and they're going to snipe it. Nylander's going to snipe it. Who gives a fuck? Let him be. Let him be Matthews. Let him be the goal scorer of the team. Right? And Matthews can be a wicked center that puts up 100 apples. Or whatever. 80 apples. He can pass. Matthews can pass. Put him on the line together. Matthews can't pass. The only reason Matthews can't pass is because he's always on a line with the magician of the fucking NHL, man. So he gets overshadowed. Right? They're just overshadowing each other. But it's I don't know, man. I think Marner shows up. He's always picking off passes. Man, oh man, he's always picking off passes, intercepting and shorthanded breakaways all the time. And when he's on a breakaway, man, he barely fucking misses. He is that good. 100 point. Look at that. This is another great point. Matthews leaves. Matthews played the least amount of games that he's ever had in his career. And his line mate had the best year of his career when the other guy was out more than he's ever been. That tells you everything you got to know. Right there, man. Right there. And I don't think Matthews, he had 69 goals the other year. But if Marner wasn't there, he would have had 75. You're out of your fucking minds, man. He would play better, wouldn't he? He wouldn't play better. And that's the thing with Mitch Marner. And that's why you wanted it to work out so bad. And the hockey fan in you will know that. But the thing is that then there's Mitch the person, right? There's Mitch the person. And you don't love him. right? Which is, how does that happen? The hometown kid that's a wizard. How do you not like him? And it's like, yeah, because he was weird around negotiations, the negotiation before, right? He was never great with the media. You know, he was mounting off to the bench. Wake the fuck up to the bench when he hasn't been producing. When he's so fucking tense out there with Matthews and those fans. He's tense straight up in the biggest moments. He just is, for whatever reason. And so he's not playing great, and he looks at the bench and says, wake the fuck up. As if he's playing great and they're shit in the bed. And that was a shit look. That was a shit look. Go out there and wake the team the fuck up with your work. Like, you wake up and let them follow. You're the leader, man. You're the real leader. And here's the other thing, too. I think he knew that. And I think he's always wanted that C. I think there's a weird dynamic between Mitch Marner and Austin Matthews. I think there's a really... They don't gel, man. They don't gel. Marner's like a hometown kid that's got like a wife and kids, starting a family. And Matthews is a kid from Arizona that's just fucking all the chicks. And I think and then how they play together and on the ice, I don't know. I think there's a weird dynamic between the two of them. I just do. And it just sucks. It sucks that it had to work because he didn't know how to talk to the fans. He didn't know how to be the hometown hero. I think if he was given the C, he would have felt like the hometown hero a bit more. And that's a weird argument to make because people think he couldn't handle the pressure as A, couldn't handle as a C. I don't know. I kind of think he wanted it. I could be wrong. But here's the thing. Maybe he didn't because he's a fucking suck too, right? You feel like he's a bit of a suck at the same time. You do. Because obviously he's an NHL hockey player. He's obviously tough as nails. He doesn't miss games. His endurance is wicked. So you know he's not. But then I don't know, there's just ways that he goes about shit that, I don't know, man. Those negotiations, you don't lead like that. That's all about your ego or some shit. I don't know what it is. But those negotiations last times were shit. They really were. And now, this time again, it was all about the money again. I always felt it was all about money with him and getting his due and getting his respect. And almost like having a chip on his shoulder or some shit. And it felt like he was kind of flipping the birds to the team early on. But at the same time, he was kind of just getting what was deserved. And I don't know, man. It's just a really weird dynamic. And their talent just overshadowed so much of it in the regular season. But it sucks that he's gone. And people are saying good riddance. They're saying good riddance to the person, but they're gonna fucking hate the player not being around. They really are. They are, man. He's wicked. And now he's gonna be down there with Mark Stone and Jack Eichel. Right? Oh, man. I think that's gonna be savage. Savage. But the problem is, I don't know if he's gonna win. Right? Because I don't know, man. Is he a winner? Because there's also this weirdness about you. It feels like maybe he's not. Because you feel like a real winner just would have knew how to take Toronto by the fucking horns, and just be a fucking legend there. But I get that's huge, especially when you want it so bad. It's some weird, man. It's some weird that he's gone. It's some weird. It sucks. It does suck. But at the same time, will it? It somehow might fucking work out. Because in Vegas, too, the blue line and the goalie situation, is not strong. And that's massive in the playoffs. So it's Maybe it's going to be like kind of like another Toronto for him where he goes in, wicked regular seasons, and then, maybe get a bit deeper. Get, second round more often. And, might get a third round appearance in there. One cup finals, maybe. But I don't know. I don't know, man. It's interesting. Couple conference finals. Would he get that far with it, Few of them. Yeah, man. It's they're gonna do good though. Vegas is gonna be sick in the regular season. Oh my god. Fantasy. The three of them in fantasy. Stone Mikel Marner. If you could somehow get that. Holy shit, man. You got Eichel, who was 2 to McDavid in the draft. He's wicked. Any other year, he's a number one. Any other year, he's number one. He just happened to be the same year as McDavid. He's so good that in the draft, there actually was some debate for it. Everyone knew McDavid was going, but the fact that he can even make a debate against McDavid is crazy. And he's awesome, man, that guy. He is wicked. So he's down there. Holy shit. And then Stone is like he's like a better Zach Hyman. He's like the best Zach Hyman. In a way. Like he's wicked, man. Stone is awesome. And then Marner. Oh man. So you go from Matthews to Eichel. Who's that's not that you're talking about not much of a downgrade there. There's a bit in raw goal scoring ability. Yes. It's not a lot. Eichel can snipe it, man. And then you got Stone. So who you're replacing Nyes with Stone? But see the line, Vegas knows what they're at. They know that's going to work because it's been working in Toronto, right? It's a great offensive lineup. But Eichel and Stone can do it in the playoffs. When Matthews, Nyes has done it. Matthews can't fucking do it in the playoffs, which is another fucking reason why I come back to it. I do think Marner is better in the playoffs. Some way. Because he wins more with him in the lineup. Like, you got that. It's a losing record with Matthews in the lineup overall. And, it's a smaller sample, but it's a winning record. Win him out. At least in the last 2 years, which that's all I give a shit about. Right? I don't give a shit what they were like 4 or 5 years ago. They're not the same guys. They're in their prime now. So they got a winning record without him. Oh my God, man. Wild. Absolutely wild. To get they just to fuck that up. But they couldn't but see that's where Marner comes in again. Right? Where he fucked off though. So the Leafs didn't fuck this up fully. There is Marner fucking off and fucking the team over. So there's a piece of you that's like, well, fuck you too. Because you felt like you were getting the birds from him from time to time. Anytime it came contract time, you felt like you were getting the birds. You don't ever want to feel like you're getting the birds, man. You don't ever want to feel like you're getting the birds. Brutal. Shocking, man. You know what's crazy, man? Is how good how good smoking a joint actually is for me. I've been wanting to do a video like this for a little bit, all day for sure, and even and it's just I'm sober. It's just there's all this shit to just procrastinate you, and I smoke weed. I'm like, yeah, go do that. And it's like, whatever is holding me back sober, like, I'm like, yeah, just get high and go off. Say what you think, hey. Yeah. Boys, oh boys. Right? What else we got here? Gotta love it. Shut up. Leafs always find a way not to let a player go for nothing. Don't know how to do it. See, I don't know. I think she meant to say they always find a way to let a player go for nothing. And if you say that, there's two things wrong about that. First off, not true. Not true. And second of all, to prove it's not true, he didn't go for nothing. Next, he didn't get something for him when they shouldn't have. It's a free agent. Like, he's a free agent with a no trade clause. That's the ball is in the player's court. It's got nothing to do with the Maple Leafs at that point, other than giving him the no trade clause. He rejected a trade. That's another thing. That's another thing that you're kind of like, well, fuck you. As much as you hate to see him go, there's that. And like, that sucks to have that there. I don't want to have that there against Mitch Marner. I don't. He was a magician. That was so fun to watch and won so many games. That's gone. That sucks, man. Fuck, that sucks. You know? But then, yeah, he blocks the Rantanen trade and kind of just fucks off without any the garbage energy. He was out the door as soon as the game was over. He walked out of the stadium, and you felt he just walked away from the team. Like it felt like he just walked away saying, fuck this place, I'm out of here. It really did feel like that. And like, oh, that sucks. That sucks as a fan. You hate it. Right? But they still somehow got something for him. They got a center coming back that might actually be better than, oh my God, the Scott Laughton trade. I got to talk about that. Like, boys, Scott Laughton, God love his heart, but like, what a crock of shit that was that the Toronto media fed to the people on that. They're trying, like, I don't know if you got, like, again, man, if you can remember, like, leading up to that trade deadline, those couple of days, like, they were talking about Scott Laughton like he was Brad Marchand, man. Like, in a lot of ways, like, he's gonna be, like, he's gonna be tough and he's gonna produce. Now, he's not gonna produce like the first line, but he's gonna be a factor. He will be a factor. A factor. Listen to this. This is for anyone who don't understand why people are upset at the Leafs or anybody casual watching this. They have a center in the system, Frazer Minten, right? Now, is he going to be the next Connor McDavid? No, but he looks like he's looked good for what little bit of playing time he got with the Leafs. He looked pretty good for what he was. Absolutely. And he was on Team Canada World Junior team, so he is a legit prospect, right? Like, anyone that's on that World Junior team is an instant top prospect in the league. They're all top prospects. We're not talking about some seventh rounder from Finland somewhere that's never going to make the league. Like, we're talking about someone on Team Canada, right? Top prospect. Still might not make the league, but he's a top prospect. So there's that. And when he's played with the Leafs, he's looked good. He hasn't looked amazing, but he's looked good for a prospect, right? They say we can't have him this year or going forward. Can't have it. We need something better this year. So through trades, now it wasn't straight up 1-for-1, but what they configured, they got Minten out of the way, this prospect, and brought in this guy, Scott Laughton, that was doing fuck all on a team who had fuck all. Which means, like, if you're doing fuck all on a team that has power, it can be because you're not getting ice time. Because the team has it. The team didn't have anyone. It's there for you to take. Like, it's there for you to you could actually be getting good minutes and stats with this team if you are able to do it. But he wasn't able to do it. He wasn't able to take over. That's why Philly was like, yeah, Even though there's a year and a half left on his contract, he can't take over in this situation, right? So how is he going to be a legitimate, third center to talent that we actually need to have? So let's get rid of him. And the Leafs were like, oh my God, that's good. That's what we need right there. Horrible trade. Comes in, does it against Florida. He had 0 points and went -4. 0 points and -4 in Game 7. Or in Series 2 against Florida Panthers. That went to 7 games. Frazer Minten, he couldn't have done that. Frazer Minten could not have had 0 points and go -4. So they needed to upgrade to Scott Laughton so they can get that. What are we talking about? Right? And I know hindsight is 2020, but I don't know, man. They always do this shit. They trade for these guys when there's people in the system. It's like, groom him, man. Get him in there. Like, if the third line center is really that big of a difference, like that massive. Like, here's the thing. The Florida Panthers, like, Brad Marchand was massive, but it was kind of iconic. It's rare for the third line center to play that as great as he did, but he's not. Brad Marchand is still second line center. He really is. Like, you put Brad Marchand on any team in the league, and for most of them, he's going to be second line center. There's some teams in the league, he'd be first. There's some shit teams in there. Like, he'd be first line center in Philadelphia. He'd be first line center in, like, I don't know, Utah or whoever, Seattle. Like, he's, like, look what he just did, man. He's amazing. Right? He's awesome, man. But that's rare. You know, Jordan Stahl was really solid and make a difference. Like, but, like, at the end of the day, you got to be a factor. And he was like, no factor. There's no factor, Scott Laughton. Gave up a prospect. A good prospect for that. And then we're talking about how we need snot and grit. They won't dress the snot and the grit they got in Reeves. Right? Won't dress them. What's the point of fucking having them if it's up in the press box? So the young snot they had coming up, get rid of that too. Grebenkin, you're going to Florida for Laughton. For Laughton. Right? What are we talking about? Like, what are we talking about? Like, Grebenkin wasn't he like rookie of the year to KHL or some shit? Like, hard skater, but who gives a shit if he's your fourth line winger and he's around mowing over people and finds a way to put the puck in the net? Who gives a shit what his skating looks like? I couldn't give a shit about what his skating looks like. What's his energy like? The best energy. Grebenkin was fan favorite. In exhibition, he was a fan favorite. Get rid of that too. Get rid of that. Get rid of Minten. Bring in Scott Laughton. I know Brendan Carlo was there too. But, I mean, yeah, and it was good. He was good. Him and Riley were good. But, like, I don't know. I did like the Carlo move, but, like, there had to be a way to get Carlo. Well, at least keep him one of the boys. Right? Keep one of them. Grebenkin, you could sell the Bruins on Grebenkin a bit. Like, they like grit. Right? Like, they like Lucic. You know? You could have kept Minten. Grebenkin for Carlo. That's the deal. That's it. That's the trade deadline. Right? Keep Minten and Scott Laughton where they're at. Listen, when there's over a year on the contract, when the contract isn't expiring and the team is willing to get rid of him, like, it doesn't mean everything, but it means something. It means something, man. It does. It means that they gotta really feel like they're winning in that deal. And I think they did. I really do. Yeah. So that's the Leafs. Right? That's the Leafs today. It's not even free agency day. It's the day before free. Well, now it is on this upload. Man, oh man. Ron Tobin says Toronto just got strictly worse. Marner will do well in Vegas, and Toronto will start to slide. Oh yeah, that was a good one. Marner will do well in Vegas, and Toronto will start to slide. No shit, Ryan. No shit. Yeah, right? So, but I said, what a hot take. Ha ha. Right? Because no shit. I thought the ha ha would have been, you would have picked up on it if you're watching this, by the way. And he comes back with a serious losing a player that scored 102 points last season, beating McDavid while Matthews wasn't around, and was a point per game player in the playoffs. Sure, he made blunders in playoffs on plays, but without him, you'll see Matthews and Nylander's points slip. Yeah, right. That's why Marner fans are upset. Not just Marner fans, Leafs fans, they know. They know what's up, dude. Obviously, that's going to happen. Like, nobody's happy about losing Mitch Marner, really. They're, like, idiots. But, like, but there are people who are happy because of the personal shit. And, it sucks. But the player, like, I don't know. I don't know. It sucks. It does suck. Ryan would have come all you need to do to get in. What? All you need to do is get in. Yeah. From Brad Easton. As long as guys show up then the regular season doesn't really matter. Yeah, of course. But yeah, so this is a good chat here. So something like right, someone says knew it. He was spotted there looking at houses a week or so ago. He was a great season player for the Leafs, but literally became a ghost when it mattered. Best of luck to him in Vegas. That frees up some space for a couple of gritty players like they need. Right, right. Which is why the Grebenkin shit sucks. And also, every time they get grit, they always get more like anytime they grit, heart and soul, Grebenkin, Kadri, um, Bunton, and obviously Hyman, and like when they had Matt Martin, they like I whatever I get it, it's Matt Martin, but like you're just trying to you're just trying to get him back, right? That's where Reeves and stuff comes from. So he's already there. He fits. Keep him. Like I don't know, man. It's just like they're always just getting rid of their grit, and it's like if you want. Here's the thing, too. If you want a gritty person to really play his heart out and be gritty, keep him around. Make him feel loved. And make him love the fucking team and love the city so he wants to fucking go to war. Give that guy all the fucking fuel. Fuel that fucking gritty fuck up. Right? But like, gas him up. Gas him up and go play his heart out for you. But when you're trading grit all the time, just bringing in new grit, and they know they're going to be out of here. And they're going to be the gritty guy for another team and put their life on the line for another team. Comes a lit list. They're going to go out there and, it's not the same, man. It's not the same. Like Tom Wilson, right? Like they've really made him feel like you're here, man. And like now, he's better than he's ever been, man. He almost made Team Canada. Like shit like that. Keep your grit around. Prop him up. Be a good organization and prop everyone up. Get good coaches that prop up, fuel up, gas you up, get you fucking fired up, baby. Right? That's what you want. Man, the problem with TO is the media and the sour fan base. Yeah, that's a part of it. The Leafs are fucked. Thanks, Vanessa. Always there for it. Yeah. Now, if they can get rid of the useless Matthews, they might be able to have a contending team right now, as they're such an embarrassment. Rick Smith, see, Rick knows what's up, right? That's what I'm saying. Listen, to tell Matthews, man's the fuck up in the playoffs. I got no faith in Matthews in the playoffs, and that he's gonna bring us there. And I'm not saying trade him. I'm not saying get rid of him, but That's it. You got to get behind him now. So, yeah. Yeah. I believe in him. Good for him. Get out of that shithole. Hopefully he wins a cup. Going to be hard to replace a 100-point per year player. Idiots. But it's not. See, this is a Leaf hater. He's a Leaf hater, this Ronnie. I can't even. No. It's not idiots, man. It's not idiots if he fucking won't negotiate and he walks. Right? It's not idiots if they try to, if they notice it's coming and they try to get rid of it at the trade deadline for Rantanen for a 1-to-1 trade and he turns it down, doesn't play ball, and then when the year's over, don't negotiate and walks. That's all on Marner. That's how Marner being right. That's why people don't. That's why there's people that don't give a fuck that he's gone. Good riddance to a 100-point player, good hometown kid that got 100 points. Good riddance. Oh my God, so tragic to end this way, man. It's stupid. It's so stupid. All right. So what's your thoughts? What's your thoughts on the Mitch Marner situation, leave situation? What's your thoughts on Florida signing up everyone, right? Got all the boys back. The GM said it on the ice after the World Cup. Yeah, I think we bring them all back. And you hear this voice like, yeah, fuck, that's happening. You knew it. Sure enough, he does it. What a GM they got down there. Also, obviously, it helps. It really helps the whole cap situation, the taxes. But still, I mean, that was always there, and they were pulling it off. Then, you know what I mean? It took them decades to do that. And Dallas and Vegas, they got the same thing going or similar thing going. Pretty sure it's the same thing. And you know what I mean? They're not their back-to-back years. They're back-to-back-to-back years, taking 2 of those 3 years. Pot looks like not going to lose anyone, but this cup-winning team going to be able to bring them all back. Vegas and Dallas ain't doing that. That GM is wicked, man. He's awesome, fucker. But what's your thoughts on that? Let me know. And happy Canada Day, everyone. Hope you're having a great Canada Day. Hope you enjoy free agency today. Hope you enjoy your barbecues. If you watch this whole video, like it, please. Please just give it a thumbs up, even if you don't comment. Like it. For fuck's sakes, like the video. Please. Just give that. Don't not do that. Do that. Please. Throw a comment in there. Feel free to share it with a friend. Whatever. Please. We'll check in. Do more of these. July 1st. Enjoy your summer, boys. Enjoy your summer. And between these and guests, I'll be seeing you in the summer. Yeah? All right. God bless.